Welcome back to the shed, my Shedites. That's what I'm going to call you from now on, Shedites. The Man in the Shed fans will be known as Shedites. Gonna do some merchandise. I'm a Shedite. Bit like, I don't know, an absolute legend. Shedite legends. That's what we could be. Shedite legends together. I'm the main legend because I'm the man in the shed, Andy P. Hope that you're all well. Good news about the Evergiven. It has been freed from its stuck point on the Suez Canal. I love the fact that the little man in his little digger managed to help get that ship out. Can you imagine though being there and it's like, hey, Mohammed, come over here, Mohammed. What is it, Father Mohammed? Well, Mohammed, what we need you to do, son, day one, we need you to go out and dig by the canal there and help a boat. It's got stuck. Oh, no problem, Father. Obviously, they're doing this in Arabic. I'm just doing it in English. They probably weren't saying this, but I imagine this is similar to the dialogue. Yeah. You're not going to miss the boat. Just go and help it a little bit. So he gets out in, I suppose it's a little bit bigger than a JCB. Got a little bit of a actually, to think about it, it's not even the right sort of digger you'd need, because you'd need a digger that can sort of go down and ship it out. It's more of a bulldozer type digger type thing, I suppose. So really it was totally the wrong sort of thing. But I did love the photo of this giant ship with this pathetic little digger next to it. It's like, yeah, you're gonna need a bigger digger than that, but they have managed to get it out, and well done there. Now the 300 billion pounds of stuff that goes through it daily can start going through it daily again. Well done to the people who actually rescued it, and well done to the captain of the ship who actually done that in the first place. But if it's gonna go, there's not a lot you can do, is there? So anyway, hope you're all well. What we're going to do today is we are going to do a film review. So, classic film review again. This one, I've actually already done the soundtrack review. It's on my channel if you want to go and have a look to see what I think of the music to this. It is on the Queen Versus soundtracks. You've got Flash from Flash Gordon, and you have got A Kind of Magic from Highlander. There can be only one was its subplot to it. You get the other line, which is like, they don't ever stop saying there could be only one. We get it, there can be only one. So I don't think you need to say that to everyone. The reason you're fighting in the gathering is for this. So we're going to go through a little bit about the story then. So it starts in New York City with Connor McLeod, who is the Klinsman. He's not called Connor McLeod, can't think what his name is, but he has changed his name and he's now going around being called someone else. But he was brought into the world about 460 years ago now, and it was filmed in 1986. So we're looking at, 30 years ago now. 30 years? 40 years? 40 years. 30 years? Hang on. Yeah, well, whatever. Anyway. Hang on, what am I? So, yeah, 35 years ago. Yep, a little bit of... Did you see the cogs there sort of working out? So, it was from 1985, 86. The soundtrack was released in 86. Film, I think, came out then. Anyway, so let's go back to some of the characters who are in this. So, Connor McLeod is played by Christopher Lambert. Now, Christopher Lambert is a French-speaking man. That's where he's from. He's from France. He barely speaks any English. So he does quite well to put on a Scottish accent for the role where he is in Scotland. He does his best. What I do find really amusing is the late, great Sean Connery, one of our finest acting exports, plays the part of, I think it was Fernando, his name was, and he works for the Spanish, but he is actually Egyptian. But being Sean Connery, he has a Scottish accent. This is what you gotta love with Sean Connery. When he was playing a Russian, he also one of those Russians that have a Scottish accent. A bit like Michael Caine, that's the voice, that's what you're gonna get. You know what you're getting. But the fact that he was playing in a film called Highlander, where the man playing the Highlander doesn't actually even speak English, mind you. Highland, do they really? But he doesn't even have a Scottish accent, is absolutely brilliant. Anyway, so the plot is he's an immortal. He's been around 450 years, and the Egyptian, he's been around about, I don't know, 1500 years, and there's a baddie, Gungan the baddie, or Gugan, or whatever his name is. He decides he's gonna try and kill Connor MacLeod before Connor MacLeod even realised that he was immortal. Not really sure how that happened, but he stabs him. Anyway, Connor dies, allegedly, goes back to his clan. Sorry, I've broken off here. I've gone on to the next bit. Sorry, so let's go back to when, the beginning. So he's watching wrestling in Madison Square Garden, and everyone's cheering away. You've got the fabulous Freebirds in the ring, and everyone's cheering, and Connor's sort of sat there. But you can see his eyes lit up. Anyway, so, yeah, so he's watching it, and then he feels that there's another immortal, because they can sense it, you see. So he goes down to the car park. Now, I know security wasn't as good in the 1980s as it is. So you try getting to America, not necessarily at the moment during COVID, but generally, and it's going to take you a good few hours to get through JFK if you're going from Heathrow. Other places, I'm sure it takes as long, especially if you've not been there before, like I hadn't when I went to New York a couple of years ago, and it took a bloody ages to get through, but it was great, and we got back, and so obviously there was no trouble there, but it does take ages. Anyway, he's got this big Flasher Mac type coat on, and he's got a bloody great sword in it. Anyway, this sword is about 2,500 years old, and it's a samurai sword. It's not a MacLeod sword, but it's a samurai sword, which used to be Fernando's, or whatever his bloody name was, the Sean Connery character. Anyway, so there's this other dude, and they have a fight, and he chops his head off because there can be only one, and all lightning comes out of him, and it's all really exciting. Anyway, and then he gets arrested and taken back, and they find little fragments of it in the concrete, and they decide, oh, this must be a Japanese sword, which dates way before they could do what they do with the folding of the metals. Anyway, that's there. So then we go back to Connor's past when he was a Highlander, and how he died from this other immortal who tried to kill him. And he goes back, and then he comes back to life, and the wounds go. Anyway, he then gets kicked out of his clan, and then Fernandez finds him, and he trains him to be, and teaches him about immortality and the fact that you can't be killed on holy ground, so church, for example, or in a mosque or something like that, because I'm sure you know what religion is anyway. So you can't die there. So anyway, this film's got a great soundtrack, by the way, and if I know I've mentioned it before, but you can go and listen to my view on the verses on the soundtrack there anyway, which is a good listen. I'm sure you would all agree. If you're watching this so far, you're probably going to want to go back and watch it. Anyway, there is a scene, and this is when Duncan's in Scotland, and he's with his blonde wife who he doesn't want to leave and wants her to have his children. Anyway, he is out, I don't know, chopping down wood or something, and the big baddie turns up, and he attacks Fernandez, who's there. Anyway, there's one bit where he gets his his throat cut, and he can barely move. Now, I'm not one to mock people who plan how to do choreography where you're having fight scenes. But the fight scene here is so bad. It is hilarious. So he's been cut, so he's holding his sword like this, and all Sean Connery's character is doing is swinging around but hitting his sword. The bad guy doesn't actually move. In the end, he takes him up these steps, and they just gently start knocking into the building. Now, gonna do a little experiment with you using a pen. So, here we are. This is my sword. So if I was to hit that, it's going to go that way because that's the motion it would go. But it wouldn't. It would come flying back at them. And the whole building fell down. So bearing in mind this is the Highlands, and in the Highlands it can at times get quite gusty and windy. How the hell did this building stay up? But yet when they're just basically just hitting it, not particularly hard with these swords, the whole building falls down. Anyway, so then this man, he has his way with the lady who Fernandez says is his. Anyway, they meet up with another immortal in New York because, of course, that's where the quickening is. It's in New York. The quickening is where all the immortals come together so they can be only one. They have to fight till the death. But some of them like each other, so really, why would you kill them? Because you want the prize. The prize is to be the last immortal. But the thing is, if you're the last immortal, you're going to chat to. You know, eventually mankind's going to die out and you're going to be stuck on this rock on your own. Hope you get some sort of rocket so you can leave it when you need to. Anyway, at the end, there's another lady who the bad guy, he ties up. And they fight to the death. And guess what? In the end, the good guy, Connor McLeod, wins. And he thinks that he has killed all of the other immortals. Spoiler for you, there's a Highlander 2 and a Highlander 3. And there's a Highlander TV series. So yeah, he doesn't actually get the full power of the quickening. It's a good movie. It's worth a watch. You know, it was on over Christmas, so I watched it again, and that's what got myself interested in it again. I have just discovered again the TV series is on Amazon Prime. I'd recommend it. It's good. It's not blow your mind out good, but it's worth a watch. Anyway, just a short one from me there. So, Highlander. Recommend it. It's a good film. Great soundtrack. It's one of those soundtracks where you get two types of soundtracks. You've got your Star Wars-esque type where you've got the classical music playing great tunes, or you've got your movie soundtracks where you've got it from actual proper singers. So other ones which I also like are things like Trainspotting. A lot of dance music in Trainspotting, not really my thing, but I do enjoy it a bit. You know, if you're in the right mood, there's nothing wrong with some dance music. Obviously, it's not metal and it's not rock, which is my preferred genres. But anyway, that's me digressing. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all staying safe. And I'll see you, pals. And check out my curry. My curry is going to be awesome. See ya.